Hey, this is your sister Blondie, and we are talking about The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. The topic is reform must be based on trust. You cannot talk your way out of problems you behave yourself into. And there's a story that goes along with this. There's a story. So Stephen R. Covey, he was doing one of his seminars, and on break he was talking to one of the members that attended, and he came up to me. He's like, I can't enjoy these things anymore. I can't enjoy these seminars anymore. And Stephen, being who he is, he was curious, and he continued the conversation. And this individual explained every night before he goes to bed, his wife calls him, drills him with questions. What'd you eat for breakfast? Who did you eat with? What'd you have for lunch? Who were you with? Dinner. What'd you have? Who are you with? Who'd you talk to? Who'd you meet? Like, she was just drilling him every night. Every night he would just drill him with questions. And after, Stephen and this individual were talking, over time, it came out this individual met his wife at one of these seminars while he was still married. You wonder why she was calling. You wonder why every time he went to one of these seminars, she was calling every night, drilling him with questions. Because the relationship was built on dishonesty. She knows what he does at these seminars. She knows what he does. So why would she trust him? You can't talk your way out of problems that you behave yourself into. There's a thing called the emotional bank account. How many deposits do you make into someone's emotional bank account? We all have an emotional bank account. People are making withdrawals and people are making deposits all the time. All the time people are making I'm going to call you, I'm going to text you, I'm going to show interest in you. And what do? Do you answer the phone, or do you not answer the phone? When someone texts you, do you answer that text, or do you leave them undelivered? How you treat another person does matter. How you treat another person matters. Are you making deposits into them? Are you calling the person? Are you showing interest in that person? Are you making an effort in that relationship? Or are you being very passive in that relationship? I see so many videos about parents and their children who are estranged. Have you made deposits into those emotional bank accounts? Or have you been making withdrawals in those emotional bank accounts? Mother-in-law versus daughter-in-law. Are you making withdrawals in those emotional bank accounts? Or are you making withdrawals, or are you making deposits? That is going to determine on your relationship is determined on that. How many withdrawals are you making? How many deposits are you making? Also, there is another saying that Stephen R. Covey is known for. Always be loyal to those who are not present. Always be loyal to those who are not present. And he also has another story about this. There's another story that goes along with this. Stephen was doing one of his seminars, and he was doing one of his seminars. He drove to a college, and he was to be set up in a dorm. And when he got there, he was very disappointed. He was like, this is not what we agreed on. He was talking, that was his internal dialogue. His internal dialogue was, this is not what we agreed upon. When I talked to the coordinator who was setting up the housing situation, in his head, his internal dialogue was, this is what we agreed upon. So what he did, he decided that he was going to go to the president, the whoever's in charge of the college, and talk about the housing situation. And he was just complaining and complaining and complaining. And this individual, the president, the person in charge, he decided, okay, well, let's bring in the person who coordinated all of this. And Stephen, internally, he was frightened and scared, in like, oh my God, what did I just get myself into? I just put my foot in my mouth. Oh my goodness. I just said all these mean and nasty, horrible things. And now he wants to bring this person in? No. I want to talk about this person. I don't want to talk to this person. I want to talk about this person. So then, of course, the person who coordinated the whole housing situation, he came in, and Steve was very humble and very nice and very polite, and they discussed the situation, because he was just, he's like, oh my God, maybe it was my fault, maybe I misunderstood. He was just very insecure, very humble. But think about it. Think about that. Don't talk about people behind their back. If you have a problem, go to that individual. Always be loyal to those who are not present. And I'm noticing this a lot in the female community. I'm noticing this. I can remember, think about middle school. Think about females. I don't know, I'm not going to speak on the male world because I'm not a part of the male world. But think about middle school and the female world, and how females treated each other. And it goes on in high school. It goes on after high school. How females treat each other is absolutely horrible. It's like females are always trying to climb this social ladder, and they like to decide who's part of the circle and who's not in the circle. This person fits in, that person doesn't fit in. And they're always talking about people behind their back. And they never go to that person. Rarely are there people who go to that person, hey, we have this problem. No, they don't want to talk to the person. They want to talk about the person, and they want to get the person they're talking about kicked out of the social circle. Females are definitely known for this. So again, always be loyal to those who are not present, because that's your character. Okay? That is your character. If you are one of those individuals who like to talk about people and influence other people against other people, that's your character. Right there, that is your character. So again, always be loyal to those who are not present. And be aware of the emotional bank account. Are you making deposits in someone's emotional bank account, or are you making withdrawals of people's bank accounts? And again, you can't talk yourself out of problems that you behave yourself into. Trust is very hard to get back. When you break someone's trust, once you break someone's trust, it is very hard to get that back. Another analogy I heard of is grab a loose leaf piece of paper and crumple it up and try to flatten it out. It's never the same, is it? It's never the same. So again, reform is based on trust. And once trust is broken, nothing's ever the same.